Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Caitlin. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. It is an honor to hold the space for you to come here to receive messages from your higher self, from your own guides, your own spirit team. I'm just here to share those messages with you. And if they don't resonate, if they don't feel vibrationally aligned with you today, trust your gut, right? You know yourself best. And you'll know if these messages are intended for you. So take a moment to feel into your physical body. And while you do that, I'm going to clear the energy real quick. So if you'd like to accept this invitation, I invite you to close the eyes and take a slow and deep breath in. And an even slower and even deeper breath out. Beautiful. Welcome back to another timeless tarot reading. I really don't believe in coincidences. So if you're finding this video today, I truly believe that it is a video intended for you, a video that you needed to see today. There's got to be a message in here that's intended for you. Maybe it's one message, maybe it's multiple. This is a message. This is a reading for a collective of people. So there might be things in here that don't pertain to you, and that is a-okay. I'm just gonna grab a sip of water. My throat. This could be very significant for you. My throat has been kind of acting up, clearing a lot of blockages in my throat chakra, so maybe you feel similarly, whew, tongue-tied. Let's pull some channeled messages for you, and then we'll get into a few tarot cards to confirm some of these messages. So first one that wants to come through is set your intention. Yeah, that throat chakra blockage, that don't let that deter you. If you have a message likely to share, and if you've been trying to get your message out and you've been feeling blocked, this could be blocked through like technology. Maybe your, I don't know, camera isn't working, or something falls through the cracks and you can't get your video out on time. Whatever it is, it feels like you're overcoming some kind of obstacle right now with expressing yourself. So continue to set the intention that your message will find the people that it needs to find. Maybe you're a fellow tarot reader. Maybe you have your own YouTube channel. Whatever it is, be clear on what it is that you want for yourself right now. Express yourself clearly. If you have messages to get out, if you've been feeling called, then listen to the calling, because it's going to keep calling you until you listen. Wow, ask and it shall be granted. So yeah, something about using your words, expressing yourself, clearing those throat chakra blockages, and speaking your authentic truth loudly for people to hear. And they might not agree with you. They might not meet you with, receptivity. But your job is not necessarily to make everyone feel good and comfortable all the time. Your job is to be authentically you, my dear. Listen to your intuition. Yeah. You know what the messages are. You know what your truth is. This is going to be a process of going in and listening first before you're actively speaking. But I don't get the vibe that you're someone who just like willy-nilly says stuff without really thinking about it. It feels like you're very like mindful, a very aware, a very awake person, especially if you're someone on, a spiritual path. Let's pull one more channeled message for you today. Interesting. Past life recall and the ceremony card coming out. Interesting. So the readings I've been doing for the last, a couple of days, a lot of it has to do with ceremony. And this has been like a constant message that Spirit has been bringing up for me lately. And I'll pull some tarot cards on it just to get some confirmation for you. But I do get the sense that in your, and this is very common right now, so this might be playing out for you in a number of different ways depending on where you're at in your spiritual journey, but I do get the sense in this collective it's a lot of individuals who are newly awakening, newly on the awakened path, and there's a lot to discover. There's a lot of kind of the spiritual jargon to get through and to understand and to digest it all. And it takes a long time. I think my awakening journey, my dark night of the soul, really lasted about 4 or 5 years. So it's a long unfolding, and I'm getting the sense that a lot of gifts are coming online for you quite rapidly. And if they haven't started to already yet, they very likely will very soon. So now is the time to set confirmation. Get into a habit, a rhythm of having some kind of spiritual ceremony, ritual for yourself every single day if you can. And this can be something as simple as, like quieting your mind and taking like 10 deep breaths, or I don't know, putting your feet in the grass and just like feeling the wind on your face, or repeating 5 affirmations to yourself every day. Whatever it is, ceremony, ritual would greatly, greatly benefit you at this time. And one of the things that very likely is coming up is the more you can kind of quiet the thinking mind and get in tune with your intuition, is you'll likely start to have some past life recall, or some like feelings, sensations, maybe memories that aren't necessarily yours from this lifetime, but you're likely recalling memories and moments and experiences and people from a past life. And it can feel very overwhelming, especially if you don't quite, I know the first few times this happened to me, I was like, what am I seeing? It was more like a deep knowing that it was me in a different life. But ultimately, the more kind of recall I have had or experienced, it always comes through quite randomly for me, and I don't kind of actively seek it out. So trust that the more you can come into those practices of like spiritual cleansing, spiritual hygiene, of grounding your energy every day, taking spiritual baths, cleansing your energy, clearing your energy, maybe working with crystals, the more you'll be able to bring in and welcome in some of these gifts, right? In order to rise up, we must root down first. That's kind of part of the ascension journey, is you have to kind of go within the physical body, root down. Yeah. Let's get some clarification on what it is that you need to be expressing right now. What are these throat chakra blockages that this collective is overcoming, Spirit? Thank you so much. Ooh. Okay. We have the Brother Water card, the One of Wind card, and the Four of Earth card, Power. So your solar plexus has really been challenged lately, and that's quite related and tied to your throat. Sometimes it can feel like if we're not quite self-confident in what we have to bring to the table, or if we haven't quite realized our kind of spiritual gifts yet, like I know I felt this way, kind of like a just imposter syndrome at the very beginning of like not quite trusting my own abilities. The more I gained the confidence to just trust what I was receiving and just to run with it and not to judge it and not to read too much into it, just to allow, the more I was able to step into my power. So this kind of, the more you're able to express yourself outwardly, the more you'll be able to tap in, to come into this kind of energy, this essence of feeling very strong in your willpower. The more you can get clear on those intuitive messages, those hits, those downloads that you're already getting, the more you'll be able to kind of start to listen to yourself and trust yourself. And it's a relationship that you're developing with yourself, and it'll unfold further over time. Now, it's interesting, the One of Wind card is coming out, the Dawn card. So I do get the sense of like, there's a lot of, and the wind element is related to the sword suit in the traditional tarot deck. And it's really all about, again, our words, our thoughts, our perceptions, that kind of internal dialogue. I just heard internal chatter. I am getting the sense that this is like a new day for you, a new dawn. Like you're speaking to yourself in a way that you never have before. You're trusting yourself in a way that you never have before. And the more you can express your truth and kind of stand 10 toes down on what you truly believe, the more you're going to activate this like fire within you. This kind of transformative quality of fire will start to burn away any of that density, any of those blockages that were existing before and holding you back from really stepping into your true power. And yeah, One of Force card, One of Fire card coming out to validate that. Like this is part of your mission, to continue to go into the depths of what's blocking you, preventing you from being your true authentic self. The more you can ask yourself that question and walk through the dark and shine light on those areas, those limiting beliefs that you're still holding on to, the more, and yeah, I'm looking down at this Ten of Earth card, the great work. That is what you're here to do. You're here to speak your truth. You're here to be authentically you, whatever that means. There's no right, there's no wrong. So can you get to a place of just divine neutrality with where you are in your life? And the more you can accept, the more you'll be able to receive. Brother Water. Yeah, this is your time to acknowledge and not shy away from whatever emotions need to be bubbling up right now. Whatever those limiting beliefs are that are coming to the surface, they are coming up so that you look at them. They require your attention. So this is going to be, yeah, with the Death card coming out, this is part of your rebirthing process. So listen to what's coming up, and rather than looking away, take those moments to really dive into what trigger or what limiting belief, what societal structure is holding you back that needs your attention right now, because it's going to illuminate something about yourself that needs to be healed, that needs to be brought back into wholeness, into love, into light. So be very clear on your intentions right now and trust what's coming up, because you're kind of in the midst, I do sense that like you're in the midst of a deep spiritual awakening. Brother Earth card coming out, yeah. So grounding your energy, grounding is really important right now. Cause and effect with the Mother Fire card coming out. So just know that where you're putting where your attention is going, where your thoughts are going, that's the energy that you're attracting towards you. So the more you're spending time doubting yourself, questioning those intuitive messages, those downloads that you've been receiving, the more you're reading into any of those old patterns of limiting belief, the more you're attracting those lower vibrational experiences to you. So this is your time to kind of stop yourself in your tracks and come back to that ritual that you're setting for yourself, that spiritual practice that you can embed into your life and keep coming back to cleanse and to clear and to balance your energy. It's a never-ending, delicate dance. And you're doing it. You're doing the tough work of walking through the dark and embracing the darkness, transmuting that darkness into light. So you're a powerful alchemist, my friends. Wow. Ten of Water, Fountain of Love, all all of the blessings that you're looking to manifest into your physical reality, the more you can open yourself up to receiving them. And that does require you believing that you're worthy enough to receive them in the first place. So again, anytime you feel like you're not worthy to receive, that's something you need to look into. Before you can focus on manifesting something into your physical reality, you have to do so from the place of, I wholly accept, I wholly trust, I wholly believe that I'm going to receive what I desire to receive, and leave it at that. That's where your thoughts need to surround. Father Water card. Yeah, continue to heal. Continue to look inward. Because, my dear, you have so much love and wisdom to share on the other side of this all. I do get the sense that you're a fellow spiritual teacher, spiritual warrior. You're someone who has a message, has something to say. You're just kind of, you're putting in the work right now. So continue doing the work. You're a spiritual baddie. You got this. And trust that this too shall pass. You're not going to walk through the darkness forever. Things will balance out. Just right now, take deep breaths as you walk into the darkness and trust that you're making beautiful, beautiful waves that are rippling throughout the entire universe. Cause and effect. Where did that card go? Your ripples are profoundly impactful, and we need you at this time. Light worker, shadow worker, starseed, however you consider yourself, if you consider yourself any of those terms. And if you don't know what any of those terms mean, don't worry about it right now. Trust where you're at in your journey. I have so much love and gratitude for you. Just being here, being willing to explore, to get curious. I salute you. I honor you. Until next time, thank you.